everybody, this is Mary, your GTech guru, and I'm here once again for another edition of G Suite Tips. For today, I'm going to give you three tips to supercharge your Google Docs experience. And for those of you who are watching who may already know this, I would urge you to go to the Google for Education Teacher Center and show what you know by getting yourself certified. What I'm going to do is I'll put a link in the description box below for those of you who are interested. Okay, so let's dive into our Google Docs tips for the week. As you may know, for those of you who have been using Google Docs for a while, and even for those who are just using Google Docs for the first time, Google Docs is a free word processing tool that is built to be used online. And Google Docs might seem simple the first time that you use it. It might seem simple on the surface, but it's actually filled with lots of automagical options that can let you get more done with less effort. So the best part is they're already there and they're just waiting for you to try them out. Okay, so I'm here to give you a great start with these three tips. My first tip for you is voice typing. So here's our Google Docs screen. As you can see, it's deceptively simple. But up top, you have the Tools menu. And Tools actually contains a lot of real nice goodies, and one of them is voice typing. You can also get to voice typing by hitting Control Shift S or Command Shift S if you're using a Mac. So I'm going to do that now. And you have to make sure that you allow your computer to record your voice or allow the mic to record your voice. You see a mic icon here, and you also see a list of languages up top. You're going to need to choose your language, especially if you're going to dictate in your own language. In my case, I chose English Philippines because I have sort of a Philippine accent when I'm speaking English. The next one is, just hit the microphone and start speaking. So let's try that out now. Why don't you let your fingers take a break and let Google Docs turn your words into text? As long as your computer has a microphone, all you have to do is to open the Tools menu and select Voice Typing and then speak away, period. Docs will use Google's standard voice-to-text system to understand what you're saying and type it onto the page, period. There's also a full list of commands you can use, period. I will put the link to the full list of the commands in the description box below, period. As you can see, when the microphone turns red, that means it's currently recording. And it actually did record everything that I said. Let me just see if it was actually able to record everything. You can find that sometimes it doesn't capitalize, but the good thing about it is if you just need to dictate something, this is really a great dictation tool. I use it sometimes when I'm in the car because I can't type when I'm inside a moving vehicle. And it really is great because it also works in the Google Docs app in your Android or in your iOS. So that's my Google tip number one, voice typing. All right, my next tip is Google Fonts. So I was just looking at what the voice typer just typed, and I can see here that there was a small mistake here. The Google standard voice to text system. So just for those of you who were able to catch that earlier. So my next tip is actually the list of Google fonts. A lot of people, when they go to Google Docs for the first time and they look at the list of Google fonts, they say, oh, it's such a short list, but I want more fonts. Actually, there are more fonts. You just have to go to the top of the page, click on more fonts, and you will be able to see all of the fonts that are available to you. So here on the right hand corner, not the right hand corner, but the sidebar, you can see that there is a list of fonts here. These are the fonts that you can currently see in your drop down. This one is a list of all of the available fonts for you, and there are lots and lots of this. This is a huge library of Google fonts that are available for you to use. You can even filter them based on the kind of font that you're looking for. Let's say if I'm looking only for sans serif fonts, then these are the fonts that I can use. I can just click on them, and when you click on them, it will go to this side here. So let's say I want some Poppins, Railway. So you just click on all of those fonts that you want to use, and it will pop into your drop down. So click on OK, and when you click on the drop down, you can see that that um, that font that you chose earlier is now here, ready for your use. So that's my Google Docs tip number 2, Google Fonts. My tip number 3 is image editing. You can actually edit an image inside Google Docs. And the nice thing about it is you can pull an image from the web. Let's say I can click on Insert and Image, and then click on Search the Web. So let's say I'm looking for a school bus. You can see I've already searched for it here. And I'm looking for a yellow school bus, or maybe a green school bus. Just so. There, I can actually search for a green school bus. Maybe I'd like a drawing. I can click on that school bus and I click on Insert to insert it into my document, or I can just click on that and drag it to my document like so, and it will create that image inside. Let me close this one. Now once you click on the image of the green school bus, you can click on the image options in the menu, and you can see that there are a lot of different options here for you to do, like size and rotation, change the text and wrapping, and recolor. You can recolor this school bus to make it be, brown or light red, or maybe if you want it to be a bright red school bus, you can do that. Or if you want to make it grayscale, you can also choose grayscale. So there are some recoloring options in here that you can use, and you can also adjust the transparency, brightness, and contrast of this image. What if I want to put a word art inside my Google Docs? I can also put an image or a word art inside my Google Docs. You might say, hey, I can't find word art anywhere. If I click on Insert, I can't find it here. If I click on Format, I can't find it here. Where do I find it then? Click on Insert and then click on Drawing and click on New. What it's going to do is it will pull up a Google Drawings window for you. And this Google Drawings window will allow you to create word art. So let's say in here, I can click on Actions and click on Word Art. And let's say Red School Bus. And I can just click on Enter. What if I don't like this font? All I have to do now is to click on the font that I want, maybe this one, and then change the color. Okay, I want it to be red, right? Like really red. And maybe make this yellow. There you go. If I'm happy with it, all I need to do is to save and close, and that same word art is going to be inserted inside my document. Note that if you change something inside Google Drawings, when you click on image options, it's not going to show the recolor option. Okay, so that's my third tip for Google Docs is image editing. All right, I hope you learned something new today with these Google Docs tips, and I hope to see you again next time for our next G Suite tip. If you like this video, consider clicking on subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll know whenever I drop a new video. And if you like to support creators like me, buy me a coffee. Thanks again for watching, and happy Googling! Bye!